It's Angela Artemis from poweredbyintuition.com, and I'm back with another tip for you. I want to answer a question that I got from a reader to see if I could help her really maintain a positive attitude when she was surrounded by negativity. What I have found to be a great tool is EFT, emotional freedom techniques, or tapping. When you're in this kind of atmosphere of negativity that keeps pulling you down, if it happens over and over and you can't escape it, you can't leave, perhaps it's, a family that you're part of and you just can't leave, it becomes habitual. In other words, you're in this stressful situation and you're constantly trying to keep yourself up here, but after a while, the response that's happening from inside of you becomes a triggered response. You immediately go to this place where you're upset. And when you're emotionally upset, your body is releasing all kinds of hormones, particularly cortisol, trying to deal with a stressful situation. And because it's now a physical reaction, not just an emotional reaction, you have the double, I guess it's double trouble, that it pulls you down. So what you want to do is use EFT to break the circuit, because what's happened is now it has become automatic. It's a triggered response, and it goes on unconsciously below the surface of your awareness. Your body jumps into this sort of upset mode, fight or flight mode, and your entire way of being, your thinking process is all tied to these reactions, so that when you get upset because you're in this negative situation, it's something that happens without your even being aware of it. You become pulled down when you want to stay up here. So since it's become an automatic response, we want to break the cycle, break the trigger, break the circuit. And that's what you use tapping for. It actually breaks the connection. So what you can do is start by tapping on the karate chop point and start saying to yourself, we want to identify the problem. We're going to say something like, I'm in the midst of this negative situation. There's a lot of negativity around me and it keeps drawing me in and pulling me down. And I can't leave. There's nothing I can do about it, but I want to be aware when this happens. And this negativity just keeps pulling me down, and I want to become more conscious of my reaction so that I can be in control. And I'm in this negativity, and unfortunately I can't leave, but I can become aware of what's happening to me. And when I become aware of what's happening to me, I can take steps to break this automatic cycle so that I don't get pulled down into feeling bad and feeling upset. And that's what I want to do. And then once you take steps to outline the problem, which is the beginning step here with the karate chop point, you start tapping on the points. And the points are here, 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 under the arms, or one arm or two, top of the head, and then right here where your wrists come together. And what you would do is identify the emotions. So you say, I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I feel hurt. I don't understand why so-and-so is just acting this way. It makes me feel bad. I don't want to come home from work and be upset like this. I don't want to come home and fight. I don't understand it. I want to become aware of this feeling of upset, this feeling of being hurt, of feeling rejected, of being shut out, of having this anger that's directed towards me when I didn't do anything. I just walked in the door and came home from work. I don't understand why so-and-so is being like this, but it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad. And just take a deep breath, because you got it out. You said what you wanted to say, and you got it out. Now let's try to bring up your energy. So we're going to go back and say, when I come home from work and so-and-so is angry and taking it out on me, I just want to stop before I react, before I jump in and maybe say something I didn't want to say because they pushed my buttons, I want to stop and remember that maybe this isn't my problem. Maybe this is their problem. Maybe they had a bad day. Maybe something went wrong and they just don't know how to deal with it. So maybe they're just taking out their own internal struggle and their difficulty dealing with their own stress on me. And maybe, just maybe, I don't have to react. Maybe what I can do is just take a deep breath and stop for 1 second and become conscious that they are projecting whatever's going on onto me. It's not my problem. I take another deep breath. And then maybe what you can do is do one last round on the tapping points and say, you know, this feels better already. Maybe I don't have to get dragged into this drama. Maybe all this negativity that's going on around me, I can just view and say, that's their stuff. And they're trying to drag me into it, and I don't really want to be. But now that I'm conscious and aware of what's going on, I have a choice, and I choose not to be dragged into it. I choose to stay above the fray. I choose to observe what's happening, be helpful when I can be helpful, but not react, not get pulled to be angry, not have myself triggered and feel bad, not feel responsible, not feel guilty, and stay above the fray. Take a deep breath and notice if you feel calmer. You should feel calmer, and you should feel a little bit more in control, not so pulled by the drama. And that's exactly how you want to feel. When you feel that way, you can actually deal with what's going on without immediately jumping into a reactive type of emotion where you might yell back, you might escalate the argument, and then get pulled into it, and then have all kinds of emotions running through your body. So try this. Let me know how you make out. I'd love to hear from you. And while you're here, subscribe to poweredbyintuition.com for more tips like this. The link is below. And I look forward to hearing from you. And I'll see you right back here next time for the next tip.